You work 8, 9, sometimes even 10 hours a day. You get home exhausted, sit on the couch, and the only question that doesn't leave your mind is this really all there is? Work, pay bills, and wait for the next paycheck. But what if I told you that while you work the whole month to earn $800, there are young people putting just $50 into certain cryptocurrencies and turning that into thousands of dollars in a matter of months? Sounds too good to be true, right? But stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to show you how just $50, yes, 50, invested in the right coins with the right strategy can surpass your income from a full-time job. This isn't a magic formula. It's intelligence, vision, and the power of being in the right place at the right time. And believe me, that moment is now. The truth is you don't need to be rich to start investing. You need to be strategic. The biggest gains in the crypto world didn't come from those who put in millions, but from those who invested a little and knew how to wait for the right moment. Let's go back in time a bit. Those who invested $50 in Shiba Inu in 2020 and forgot about it, saw it turn into more than $1,500,000 the following year. And it wasn't luck. It was market insight. It was believing where no one else believed. The problem is that today, you look at those stories and think, it's over. I'm too late. But that's not true. Because new coins with the same potential are emerging now, while you're watching this video. The difference is that today, you have access to information. And that could be worth much more than your paycheck. But before I reveal the 3 cryptocurrencies with the greatest potential to multiply in 2025, you need to understand the game. The crypto market isn't a casino. It's like planting a tree. You drop the seed, in this case, the $50, and wait. Some people will look at the soil and laugh. That's never going to turn into anything. But time passes, the tree grows. And one day, you're harvesting fruits no one believed would exist. The mistake most young people make is waiting to save up a lot of money before they start investing. But the smartest ones start with a little, with consistency and vision. And that's the key. It's not about how much, it's about starting. Imagine a 19-year-old kid who quit his internship at a Seattle coffee shop because he was earning $9 an hour and felt like life was slipping through his fingers. He wasn't a programming genius. Not the son of an investor. Just a guy tired of surviving. One day, while sipping a coffee he couldn't even pay for with tips, he overheard a conversation about a new digital coin that was worth fractions of a cent. It was bonk. With the only $50 he had in his account, he bought it. Then forgot about it. 3 months later, its value had grown to $17,000. Was it just luck? Maybe. But at that moment, he understood something that would change everything. Sometimes, what separates an ordinary life from an extraordinary story is a simple decision: acting when no one's watching. This isn't a get-rich-quick tale. It's about the power of emotional and financial leverage. When you don't have much to lose, the little you invest can become your biggest weapon against stagnation. While the world is busy with bills, deadlines, and routines, a new world is rising in the background. The next revolution isn't industrial, it's digital. And it's happening silently, in the pockets of those brave enough to believe in what is still invisible to most. While you sleep, companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon are making billions with your data. You don't earn a dime from that. But have you heard of cryptos like Ocean Protocol or Render Token? These coins are flipping the logic. Now, those who share data or computing power get paid for it. That's right. Imagine being paid just for allowing your idle computer to help train artificial intelligences. With $50, you can buy a decent amount of these tokens and take part in this new economy, where the most valuable resources are no longer oil or gold, but attention, privacy, and processing power. Web3 isn't just reinventing money. It's democratizing digital ownership. And when you realize you can own a piece of the infrastructure that powers the future, the game changes completely. Instead of just being another consumer, you become part of the machine. And those who understand that first, profit first. One of the biggest emotional traps that stops you from investing is the thought, I missed the timing. You see Bitcoin at $70,000 and think, I missed the train. But you forget there's always a new cycle. In 2013, they said it was too late. In 2017, same thing. And in 2021? Again. The truth is, we're still at the beginning. Global crypto adoption is under 5% of the population. That's the equivalent of the Internet in 1998. What you see today is just the surface. Platforms like Arbitrum, Starknet, and WorldCoin are opening doors for those willing to look deeper. $50 today won't put you at the top of the pyramid, but it puts you in the game. And that's the only place where something can actually happen. Staying out because of fear is the one mistake that guarantees failure. When young investors joined forces on Reddit and pumped GameStop stocks, the financial world shook. And you know what that revealed? That you, young and connected, have more power than you think. In the crypto universe, that power is even greater. Protocols like Uniswap and Aave are fully decentralized. You can not only invest in them but also take part in decisions, like a shareholder with a real voice. The $50 you invest in governance tokens are, in practice, a vote in building a new financial system. It's not just about money. It's about taking the lead. You no longer need to wait for banks to decide your future. Now you build your own. The tokenization of real assets is one of the biggest silent movements happening right now. With platforms like Realty or Proppy, you can buy fractions of real estate, artworks, or farmland, all through blockchain. Imagine turning $50 into part of the income from an Airbnb in Bali or a coffee shop in Brooklyn. Before, that would have been impossible. Today, it's a real possibility. We're talking about turning assets that were once exclusive to the wealthy into opportunities for any young person with a smartphone and a bit of courage. The system wants you to believe that only millionaires make money with real estate. But blockchain is proving that the system is wrong. Inflation is eating away at your paycheck. What you used to buy with $100 in 2020 now barely fills a shopping cart. Meanwhile, large fortunes are shifting part of their wealth into stable and deflationary cryptos. That's the case with the USDC stablecoin, the Luna Classic token in strategic periods, or even Ethereum as a store of value. They know that leaving money idle means losing value every day. With just $50, you can already protect yourself, and even grow, while most are sinking. It's like having an umbrella in the middle of a storm everyone pretends not to see. You don't have to be rich to think like them. You just need to change the lens through which you see money. There is a silent gold mine in the crypto world called airdrop. These are rewards distributed by platforms to early users who help test, promote, or simply use the service. Many young Americans have received between $500 to $3,000 in tokens just for using digital wallets, making simple swaps, or participating in beta tests. And you know what's best? Most of it doesn't even require an initial investment, just attention and consistency. Sites like airdrops.io or layer3.xyz list promising projects. If you put your $50 there to interact and test, you have real chances of receiving much more in return. While most people ignore these opportunities, some are paying for college just with free distributed tokens. If you've ever spent hours playing Fortnite or Call of Duty, you know no one pays you for it. But what if you were rewarded in dollars, or better yet, in tokens, for playing? That's the idea behind play-to-earn games. Titles like Illuvium, Star Atlas, and Big Time have created real internal economies. Players accumulate tokens that can be exchanged for money. And with just $50, you can start with a character, a virtual land, or a valuable NFT. It's not about gaming addiction. It's about turning time and skill into financial assets. Young people from the Philippines, Venezuela, and now the US are already paying bills by gaming. What's stopping you from doing the same? Investing in crypto is not just about profit. It's about responsibility. Many young people lose everything by clicking on fake links, storing passwords in phone notes, or falling for miracle promises. If you're starting with $50, the first lesson is, security is the priority. Use trusted wallets like MetaMask, enable two-factor authentication, and never share your seed phrase. A small mistake can cost everything. But if you get the basics right, you lay the groundwork to grow. And remember, those who protect the little they have are ready to safeguard a lot. What separates those who get rich in crypto from those who lose everything is their mental timeline. While many come in chasing fast profits, the wealthy of the future are looking toward 2035, not next week. They understand that big multiplications come with patience. When you put $50 today into solid projects, you're building a castle one block at a time. It may take a while. It may seem like nothing is happening. But one day, everything explodes. The question is, will you have endured until then? Because if you do, you won't just surpass your job, you'll never depend on it again. Now we're ready. Let's talk opportunity. The first coin on the list is Kaspa, KAS. It's not yet in the media spotlight, but the markets behind the scenes are on high alert.
Why?
Because Kaspa brings a scalability solution that fixes one of Bitcoin's biggest problems, transaction speed. It's lightweight, fast, and extremely cheap. In 2023, it already multiplied the capital of early adopters by more than 10 times. And this might just be the beginning. Analysts predict Kaspa's technology could be adopted by major players, which would skyrocket its price. Investing $50 in it today is like getting in the VIP line before the party even starts. The second cryptocurrency is Celestia, TIA. Little known to the general public, but extremely respected by developers and blockchain enthusiasts. Celestia created a new architectural model for modular blockchains, meaning, instead of a rigid system like Ethereum, it offers flexibility to build custom networks with efficiency and security. It's like Celestia is a giant Lego set that can assemble any crypto project faster and safer. And here's the secret. Those who buy TIA today are basically buying the land where the next innovations in the market will be built. And the third coin is controversial, but powerful, Pepe coin, Pepe. Yes, it's a meme coin. But believe me, the crypto market doesn't move just by logic. It moves by attention. And Pepe dominated the internet in 2023, multiplying fortunes for those who believed early. Oh, but it's just a joke. You might think that, but the money it generated was very real. And with meme coin trends coming back, especially during bull cycles, Pepe can easily 10x, 20x, or even more. But of course, the risk here is higher. So if you put your $50 in it, do it with an investor's mindset. Only invest what you can afford to lose. Now listen, it's not about throwing $50 into any coin and hoping to become a millionaire. It's about understanding that the game is just beginning. It's about making decisions most people aren't willing to make. Remember that Warren Buffett quote? Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. That's the spirit. You're here now, at a moment when most are still asleep. You have the chance to plant. And best of all, with very little money. What you're missing isn't capital. It's direction. Maybe you're feeling stuck, afraid to take risks, thinking investing is only for people with a lot of money. But let me tell you a truth. The young people getting rich with crypto today started just like you. Full of doubts, with little money, and tired of waiting for the perfect moment. But they took a step. They made it happen. And you can do the same. If you believe you were born for more than minimum wage and endless bills, then this is your time to act. Because life doesn't change when you earn more. It changes when you decide to move with the little you have. So, here's my invitation. If this video made sense to you, don't keep this information to yourself. Share it with that friend who also deserves a shot. And more importantly, commit now. Go ahead, open your account on the exchange, put in that $50, and plant your first seed. Leave in the comments which of these coins you're going to choose, and come back here in 12 months to tell me what happened. And if you want to keep learning how to invest smartly, even starting from scratch, subscribe to the channel now. Because in the next videos, I'm going to show you how to turn knowledge into financial freedom. And remember, no one's going to build your wealth for you. But I can walk beside you. Let's do this together.